Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anna Doku. I'm representative of University Admission Center. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to all students who are taking part in this virtual meeting. Today, we have organized the other virtual meeting with two special guests. Please join us and ask your questions about the September intake 2020, as well as information on programs, fees, scholarships. I will present two special guests. I would like to start from Mr. Amar Fahad, the representative of the Montfort University. Thanks for today. Hello, Amar.
Hello, Anna. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for University Admission Center for arranging this. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much for today. And the other special guest is the chair of Study for Career, Mr. Mohammed Afef. Hello, and thanks for your time today.
Yeah, hello, Anna. It's my pleasure to be here. And this is a wonderful platform. I can interact with students, and even I can interact with our special guest. So it's a pleasure for me.
Thank you so much for today. So we can start with a general introduction about the Montfort University and the UK University. I would like to start with Mohammed, and I want to ask him for why student or Indian student choose to study in UK University than in other countries.
The thing is that UK, when it comes to UK is one of the best destination any students will get. Like it's a global destination. Whatever students, whoever students, they will be going for the UK because of the global exposure. So it's from the very past. There is every student who want. There is a dream, like already goal set for their higher education. People want to go to UK and to study there because the global exposure they are getting and the quality of education they are getting from UK universities are very big. So that's a main part from India. We are as I'm talking from India and other GCC countries, which we have the representatives. Myself, I'm representing studyforcareer.com. We have a good platform here in India and other GCC countries, as well as UAE, Oman, Qatar, and other countries. So we have the students from various parts, and we have counseled and we have discussed with many students. So everyone is saying that their first preference when it comes to global education, their first preference is for UK. So even I have counseled many students, and I talked with them, and they will be saying that, yeah, UK, why UK? And even I have asked to students, why UK? So they are saying that UK is a global destination. The maximum exposure for a student will get in UK. So that's why, yeah, UK is the best, and UK is one of the favorite destination for the students among the world, not only from India.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Amar, can we mention some benefits that the Montfort University offers to international students in order to be more specific? Because Mohammed tell us about the UK University in general.
That's very. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you very much, Anna. I totally agree with Mohammed's point. I'm an international student myself. I come from the Middle East, and I agree. I remember one of my friends, and he's actually a consultant now, and he told me if he asked me a series of questions when I was just hesitant, should I go to the UK or should I apply for the US? And he asked me, if you want to buy a nice car, where would you go to? And I said, Germany. He said, that's correct. What about if you need a suit, where will you go to? I said, of course, Italy, and I'll have pizza there. And he said, that is correct. And if you want to go and have a proper education, you need to go to the UK. That's where the educational hub, this is where the whole universities started, and they established many universities around the world. So I completely agree with Mohammed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Quickly, I'll briefly mention about De Montfort,
Yes.
as Anna kindly mentioned. So De Montfort is in Leicester, which is just over an hour by train from central London. I think after London, Leicester is considered one of the most international city in the UK. I mean, it's multicultural, multinational. It's all about the student. At De Montfort, we have over 135 different nationalities. So yeah, the students won't feel they're away from home. In terms of culture-wise, they accommodate all cultures, even inside the university. We have a food village, and honestly, they have all different kinds of food, Middle Eastern, South Asian, Chinese, Italian sometimes. Of course, the courses and the programs, we have over 400 different programs between undergrad and postgrad, over 170 programs that are accredited by a special and sponsor bodyship. So again, it's one of the great destination for students in terms of satisfaction. Most of our students are super happy with this. De Montfort received the gold in teaching excellence framework. That's one of our highlight as well, in terms of quality of teaching, and of course the student employability. Our employability is about 97.3%, and that's above the average in the UK, which is about 94%. We provide technical and practical skills for the students, as long as, of course, with theoretical knowledge. And yeah, hopefully that's in a nutshell, and I'm more than happy to answer any other questions.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Okay, Mohammed, you mentioned that you always ask students why they chose the UK university. But I wanted to ask about the courses. Which courses they prefer mostly?
Mostly, most of the students who are from India and other GCC countries, I reckon, they will be mostly going for the students who are completed the graduations. For the masters, there is a large number of students who are coming to UK from India and other part of the countries. And also for the graduations there are, but for MBA, for MSc in international business, and MSc in event management, hospitality, and international tourism, and for engineering courses, and for technical courses, and even for medicinal courses. And why UK? And I already said it, because students are very much interested to study UK because of the global exposure. And why what they are getting there is they are getting the practical knowledge, not only the theoretical knowledge. And they are getting there are universities who are offering 1 year studies plus 1 year internship. So in that internship, they will be getting an industry exposure. So there will be industry. They completed their part. Like they are ready to go for the job, or they are ready to go for start a business. So yeah, that's the main thing. And students are every students. They are from science sector, commerce sector, and from humanities sector, art sector. There are many students who are looking for UK. And there is nothing as a particular course, because everyone is choosing different. Some are choosing business, some are choosing arts, some are choosing law, and some are choosing medicine. So there is nothing as a particular. Students are rushing out to UK for any kind of studies.
Okay, thank you so much. Does the Montfort University offers this kind of course? And also, I wanted to ask about the placement. Do you offer placement here for international students, Samar?
That's a very good question, Anna. Thank you very much. Yes, in terms of programs, I'll briefly mention the 4 faculties. So we have business and law, undergrad, postgrad, and this includes, of course, the PhD, and we have the computing, engineering, and media. And the third one is the art, design, and humanities, and the fourth one, the health and life sciences. We do offer a placement. It's not in the actual offer. So if the student applies, we don't say, for example, MBA plus placements, because of course the PSW will come in place soon. We do encourage students to come and speak with the placement team. So in each faculty, we have a placement team. They can go there and speak with them. And again, I can say from experience as an international student, it does help when you speak with the placement team, because first of all, the university, they have industrial links, so they can guide you on how to prepare your CV, how to prepare the cover letter, and how to present yourself. And that's what you need. You might have the skills, but maybe you're not that good in presenting them. Then that's where the placement team comes in play, and they can help you and guide you and train you as much as you want, so you can be able to secure a placement position. Once you've secured something, you can of course apply to extend the visa from within the UK. You don't have to return home.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And do you offer scholarship for international student?
As well, that's a good question. Yeah, we do. We have different kind of scholarships. The most common that we encourage our international students to apply for, it's the early bird discount. So in order to receive this scholarship, which is £2,000, we encourage students to pay the deposit, which is £4,000 before the end of July 2020. Of course, we understand under the COVID-19 situation, different countries are still waiting to follow the government guidelines in order to see if they can travel overseas or how they can apply for visas, which is not clear for anyone now at this moment. However, if the student paid the deposit and they would like to ask for a refund because they can't travel or they have changed their mind and they would like to defer the offer for the next intake, that's absolutely no problem. The university will issue a full refund without charging any admin fees for the student. So we can reassure our students we're here to help. The only reason that we try to encourage students to pay the deposit as soon as possible is just to secure the discount, because it's first come, first serve. So unfortunately, we have a lot of students applying for the scholarship for £2,000, and we have limited numbers.
Okay, thank you so much. Mohammed, based on your experience, how the students pick the university in the UK? How often they ask you about the scholarship or the tuition fee of the university?
Okay. Thank you for the question. And mostly people will think like about the university quality, the standard, and there are certain standards every universities have, like TEF Gold, TEF Silver, and the Teachers Excellency Framework, and also QS ranking, QS University rankings, and also they will search in the most of the students who will very alert about where they want to go, which university they want to study. Like they will be already done a research in that. They will be going Google and Googling, and they will be knowing that this university is better, this is the second one, this is the third one. And they will be starting asking us which is the best university and which you are preferring us. So yeah, we will be very transparent. We will be taking the TEF Gold universities, just like the Montfort University. The Montfort is also a TEF Gold university. So yeah, this is the first section of students who are choosing the university. And there are budgetable students. Some students will look for budget, like they want to spend a budget. They will be having a pre-budget for their studies. So some students will look for the budget, how much the university fees is. So yeah, we will be having a list of universities, right? So we'll be giving them. And UK universities are providing scholarships also. So we can tell them the scholarship in detail. So this is the first thing the students are doing, like how to choose a university, how about the budget, and about the scholarship. And when they are choosing a university, they are very much know about their quality of the university.
Okay, thank you so much. Amar, can we mention the list of documents that university needs from students for applications?
Of course, Anna. So normally we advise the student, and of course you can get in touch with Anna. She is more than happy to help. We always suggest to have the passport scan, your documents. If you're applying for a postgrad, then we would like your undergraduate certificate, the graduation certificate, and the transcript. If it's in a different language than English, so we would like a proper translation, as well as the original, of course, certificate and transcript. Your CV is possible. We would like to emphasize on the cover letter, the personal statement. So we of course, we haven't met you as a student yet. So the more details and the more you would explain why are you suitable for this course, it will help the academics and the faculty admissions to make a decision on your application. Of course, we would require the IELTS as well. And we understand that the situation now, it might be a bit difficult, and I can speak about this, that we are offering our own English test, which is for free, which is called the Montfort Academic Test of English. The acronym is DATE, D-A-T-E. Again, this is for students who have already the offers and they've been granted a conditional offer. We also accept the IELTS indicator, and we accept the TOEFL home edition. The Duolingo one, because we get a lot of students asking about this, that's for the pre-sessional only. We can accept this for the pre-sessional programs only. So in general, these are the documents that we would require, and of course the application form, so we get to know which program you're planning to do. If we have all this in one go, it will help the academics, of course, to make a decision quickly, and we can return this hopefully less than a week. Of course, most of universities now, they're working from home, so we might be a bit or slightly delayed, but hopefully within a week you will get the update about your application.
Okay, thank you so much. You mentioned that personal statement is one of the most important criteria for international students. But many students ask me how they can prepare a personal statement. I didn't know why it's very difficult for them. So please, can you specify some points or some important points which can help more students in order to prepare it successfully?
Of course, Anna. Yeah, for example, for yourself, it might be really easy, but for me, when I came here, it was a bit difficult. And again, it could be because it's a different culture. So, for example, where I come from, our CV needs to have more personal details. For example, I needed to put my picture and where I was born, the date I was born. Luckily, I didn't have to put my weight or my height. But again, the details that we have to mention, it's not included here in the UK. So in the UK, they don't actually include this in the CV. So just circle back to the personal statement. Well, with most of the students, we ask for who's the student, right? What's your background? What did you study? For example, if you're planning to apply for cybersecurity, then you need to mention what did you study before. That's postgraduate level, for example. So you like say, I've done computing and I'm really good with the C++ and I'm good with these kind of programming languages. And I think that I'm eligible to apply because I have already kind of experience. I've worked in this company. For example, I worked with HP and I've attended this conference and I've done this. And this will give an idea about yourself as a student to the academic. However, if you send your documents, which is the application form, the documents, and you can say that I'm interested in applying for cybersecurity. And let's say the entry requirement is 2-1 to go to the program, but you didn't specify. Maybe you got 2-2, but you have more practical experience, so the academic can look into your case and you can say, okay, we understand you did not achieve very well in your undergraduate, but you have a practical experience within the field, and this will compensate, and we can consider you for the program. So the more details that you can highlight about yourself and about your experience and about your education, this will help, of course, the academics and the admissions to make a decision quickly.
Okay, you mentioned that the Montfort University offers English assessment, internal English assessment for international students. Can we mention the requirements? How many points they need to get in order to pass this exam?
So most of our courses, the entry requirement for the English is 6 overall, nothing below 5.5 in each component. There are certain courses, of course, that you need an IELTS, an actual IELTS, and it's a bit higher. So pharmacy, for example, is 6.5, whereas nursing is 7, nothing below 7 each component, except writing minimum we need 6.5. But in general, most of our courses, like 99%, there are 6 overall, nothing below 5.5. We can offer this for a student who applied. So for example, if Anna, you sent an application and we have accepted you and sent you the conditional offer, so you can book your English test as soon as possible, because we understand maybe you don't have an IELTS at the moment and it's a bit difficult now to book for an IELTS at any center because they're closed, or maybe the IELTS indicator online fully booked for the next month. So we can help you with this. We can say, yes, you have an offer, we'll give you your login details and you will do this online. So it's done over 2 days. The first day you will do the writing and the reading. Then the next day you will do the listening and the speaking. And the speaking is done through one of our colleagues in the English Center language that will speak with you and they will assess you accordingly. And within 3 working days, you will receive your result. Of course, the certificate, it's valid for 2 years. So in case that you did not manage because of the corona situation or you couldn't travel, so you can use the same certificate if you have passed, of course, for the next intake. I do get a lot of questions about what if, for example, I did very good overall, and one of the elements like reading, I've achieved 5.0. Unfortunately, you cannot repeat the test because we need to give other students a chance to take this exam, and you cannot do a pre-sessional with this because it's not valid to take it. It's a tool that you can waive your English if you're confident you can achieve this.
Okay, thank you so much. And when does the registration start and finish for September 2020? Also, Mohammed, you can ask the questions after that.
Okay. Okay, fine. So can I ask a question?
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yes, you can.
So, hello?
Yes, you can ask. I listen.
Okay, okay, fine. So mostly the Indian students and students from GCC countries have a doubt that how the university, exactly UK universities, and even we are specifically we are focusing on De Montfort University right now. So how the De Montfort University is doing with the admissions in this COVID-19 pandemic? How the university is offering the admission right now? Is there any postpone for university intake from September to any other month? Is there anything like that?
That's a very good question, Mohammed. Actually, Anna and I, we were just discussing this briefly before we have started this live session.
Okay,
I mean, most of the universities now in the UK, there's nothing clear about, are they going fully online? Are they going to start just for a few months online, maybe the first term,
okay,
then they can move to in-person teaching. Other universities, they're suggesting, no, let's postpone our intake instead of starting end of September. Let's do it end of October. But again, nothing concrete. I mean, each country, they have to follow the government guidelines about this, because you need to understand that a certain countries, they will allow, for example, international flights to resume soon. But then there are certain criteria they need to hit. So, for example, you need to self-isolate after you return or after you travel.
Yes.
You need to provide certain documentation. So it's not that clear. So far, I think I'm not sure about the other universities, but I think everyone is trying to work towards that. Yes, September is going to happen, hopefully, and we're praying in all languages it's going to happen. But in case it did not happen, we will of course update our students and we'll say that's from De Montfort. That, for example, we sent an email to all of our students and offer holders that our university will start on the 5th of October. If there is any update regarding the online teaching or the in-person teaching, we will send another update to say, well, we have decided according to the government guidelines that we will move from in-person teaching to the online teaching until December, for example. Then we will open the in-person where the students can travel and can come and visit, of course, because we understand as an international student, you would like to come and visit and gain that kind of experience and exposure and meet different students from different cultures and network. And that's the beauty of studying overseas. The other part of the question, you mentioned the Gulf countries. I'm not quite sure if you're talking about specific country. The way in the Middle East, for example, sponsor a student, let's say they're from Saudi Arabia, they have to follow a certain approved universities for their programs. So, for example, Saudi students, they're more than welcome to apply to the Montfort undergraduate level, and of course the foundation. They're approved, so they can secure the financial guarantee. However, when you move to the postgraduate, De Montfort is only on the approved list for the humanities courses, and this same thing goes to different countries. So, for example, Kuwaiti student, then they need to follow what the Kuwaiti Cultural Office in London, they've published, I think 3 months ago, the new list of universities, which program is approved and which one you can secure a financial guarantee on this.
Okay.
I hope this answers the question.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And in this case, Amar, have you received any decisions when the application finish?
To deadline, you mean for the application? So far, we don't have a deadline. I would say normally, like last year, the deadline was end of August. But for this year, because we don't know what's going on, so we're still receiving applications on a daily basis. So, I mean, I would tell students you still have good 2 months to apply. The sooner the better, of course, so you can secure your offer in case you want to do the English test or if you want to secure the discount, the scholarship. Of course, there are different kind of scholarships that you can apply for as well, but I'm just saying about the general one that most of our students are interested in is the early bird discount, the £2,000 I mentioned earlier.
And if they choose to use the accommodation of on campus, when and how they can apply for it?
Once they receive the offer, we guarantee for international students first year that they can have a place for the accommodation. So we have a lot of accommodation around the campus. Sorry, I didn't mention this at the beginning. So the campus of De Montfort is 5 minutes walk from the city center and about 12 minutes walk from the train station. So most students who are living in the city center or near the train station, they don't even need to spend money on transportation. Most of our accommodation, the university accommodation, they're about 3 minutes walk from the campus, and they can apply as soon as they get the offer, and it's easy. Once they have received the offer, there is a link, they can click on it, they can provide their ID number, and they can apply. of course, if they face any difficulties or they have any questions, they're more than welcome to come in touch with you, Anna, or myself, or any of the colleagues at the Montfort, and we'll be happy to help.
Okay, thank you so much. Also, one of the most important points for international students, we know that is visa and immigration issues. I wanted to ask both Amar and Mohammed, what is your suggestion for students who will start to apply for visa in their home office? What is your suggestion during the UKV interview?
Okay. In terms of the interview, I mean, there are certain questions. So we do this depending on the country. Of course, there are certain high-risk countries, and but we randomly have to check. It's important for the university that we don't get any visa refusal. So we need to make sure that, of course, good business partners like yourself, a university admission center, you're always, of course, carrying your own assessment. But we just need to double check, just to confirm as an audit, if you will, just to make sure that every student is ticking the boxes before we have issued the CAS so they can apply for the visa. So sometimes you get students that they're not very aware, or they don't have all the information about the city, for example, or the program, because they have applied to multiple universities. And unfortunately, they get distracted and they can't remember. So I've applied to XYZ, and I can't remember, was this the Montfort or XYZ university? So again, this comes down to you need to make sure that you know each and every detail about your program. Why did you choose, for example, international business and management instead of international business and marketing? Did you do your own research? Why did you choose this, not XYZ university? So students need to be prepared for such question. And of course, we have a document full of questions that I can share with you, Anna, and you can share with your students and anyone who's interested, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions about this. But yeah, we'll make sure that the student is ready, as you do, of course, Anna, before we issue the CAS.
Okay, thank you so much. And for your Mohammed, what is your suggestion for India students?
Yeah, exactly. I'm agreeing with Mr. Amar Fahad. And for Indian student, I think we have here VFS, and we have the visa submissions that we are that are happening here, and we are also training the students to get the visa done. So it's not a big task. It's a simple deal, that I think.
Okay. And during these difficult times for everyone, also, and for students, what is your suggestions for students who will start in September 2020 due to coronavirus, summer?
Well, personally, I wouldn't say don't apply. Please do apply. That's. I mean, you don't know what's the situation. We have to adapt to the fact that Corona will be there, and it's not going to disappear, for example, because it's a hot weather, or it's a holiday coming soon. So it's there. We have to adapt to this. Of course, as long as we stick to the measurements that the government will provide, because they're depending on scientific and medical advisors to give them details on how people can adapt to this. Yeah, by all means, don't stop. Apply, secure your future. I'm sure every student would like to say, yes, I'm interested in applying, whether it's De Montfort or a different university, just to make sure that he's doing something or she's doing something for their own future. They're trying to build their CV, they're trying to gain experience, and they're trying to work toward achieving their goals. So yeah, by all means, my advice is, as an international student and a representative of De Montfort, yes, by all means, please apply.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Amar, I have a question that there are so many students who are asking us, is that if we are applying now for the September intake, is the studies will be going in online or offline? If online, they are saying that they are not interested to going online. They want to experience the multicultural and the thick the thick everything of UK, like London and UK. So the students want to be there and study, and that's the thing everyone is asking us. So many students are encouraging us. What will be the current status of studies? They will be all going online or offline?
In complete agreement with your question and the student question, Mohammed, and that's actually a good question. So far, we're working towards that. We are doing in-person teaching for September. Until the government tells us and the other universities, no, we're not, for example, opening the airports or the international flights as of yet, because we need to control the pandemic. Unless, for example, something came up and they put a plan so students and international students can follow each step to make sure that everyone is coming here. Whether, for example, is it something like we need to do a one-way system inside the university, so the student will walk in one direction only, so they can minimize any kind of exposure, they can maintain the social distancing. We don't know. In terms of online, as I mentioned at the beginning, we don't have anything concrete on are we going online or not. If we have something going online, of course, we'll tell the students beforehand. Most likely, if it's going to happen, it will be happening for the first few months. Then it will transfer to in-person, because we understand the value of international students coming and visiting. And there's one thing I can add for De Montfort, and it's unique to the university. We have an initiative called DMU Global, and we encourage students to apply for this because we run international and, of course, within the UK trips. So we do something. I think we lost Mohammed.
Yes, I didn't know what happened. Maybe he has a problem with internet.
Oh, he's back. So welcome back, Mohammed. So we suggest and we encourage students to apply for the DMU Global because, for example, we do trips to New York, to Berlin, different countries in the world, Hong Kong, and according to your background, Mohammed, we will take you to a certain place where you will gain your own experience. So if you've applied for engineering, we sent our mechanical engineering students to New York to the underground, and they have experienced something completely different from the one in London. And this is something that they can use to add it on their CV. That's why we have high employability rate. Again, other students who did international law and international relations, they went to the United Nations and they delivered the speech there. And you don't get students from different universities doing something like this. That's again something that the student, our De Montfort graduate, will add it to the CV, so they will have more chance of when they apply for a job in the market. They're just being ready. They have that kind of experience. So we understand the reason why I mentioned DMU Global. We understand that each and every student, they are looking just to travel overseas to gain that kind of experience. So we're trying to work towards this objective, but we need to listen to the government guideline as well. So as of today, which is 2nd of June, I cannot confirm if there's something as in complete online, because we haven't heard anything from the government to say that we need and it's compulsory to do something like this. But if there is any update, like I mentioned at the beginning, we will email each and every student just to make sure that they are up to speed with this, with the updates.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Answer.
If you have any questions, Mohammed, you can ask before I start with the question.
And I have one more question. That how the university, like the DMU, is currently going with the students, like the students who already studied there. So there are sufficient students who are studying there. How the university is giving them classes right now?
Oh, so the current students, yeah, they're all now the students who are staying in the UK, or even they went back home before the lockdown. They're doing it online, so they're submitting their coursework, their presentation, or whatever required by their tutors and academics online, and we're doing it fully online now. In terms of graduation, we don't have anything set because we normally do the graduation in July, but we don't have any confirmation that it's not going to happen, or are we going to do it online. But again, still waiting, as you guys were really curious to see what's going to happen.
Yes, exactly.
For students who are doing now bachelor's studies here in UK, they will finish, or they will submit the last dissertation or project in September 2020. It is possible for them to start the master's degree in the same month, September 2020?
Excellent question, Anna. Yes, absolutely. As long as they can say, for example, let's say I'm doing a bachelor degree in international business, and I'm looking to do an MBA at Montfort. So we will ask about because I'm assuming that the student, they have already the other marks. It's just the dissertation they're waiting for, and they can submit all the documents. And in the personal statement, they can mention I am expecting as a student that I will get in my dissertation a B or a C or an A, or between B and C, or between A and B, and then the academics will assess the transcript, the documents, and the personal statement, and they will manage to send a conditional offer. And one of the conditions, it will be upon successful completion of your undergraduate degree from XYZ University, please provide us with the certificate or the final transcript, and we'll be able to move this condition, and you can move forward to the unconditional offer and pay the deposit and start. As I mentioned, because we moved our start date to the 5th of October, so they still have time. Most universities, I think, they will be finalizing things by September in case the student is doing a dissertation or coursework related to their final degree.
Okay, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
I have a questions by students. Let's read now. Yes, one question is, what is the requirement for master in social work? If I have work experience but my background is business, can I apply?
So that's a very good question. So in terms of social work, we require a 2-2 degree in any subject, but what is important that we need the work experience or the voluntary work experience, and that needs to be equivalent to 800 hours. Okay. So some students, they do come from different backgrounds, but they don't have any work experience, and that's a bit difficult sometimes because students will not be able to, for example, work with this. Bear in mind, most of the modules that they will take, it will be related to social work with adults, or with the children and families. Of course, they will learn more about the research method and how to propose theories in social work. But we do emphasize on the practical experience. So they need to highlight that they have the student. Sorry. Oh, now I can read the name. Tahmid, if that's correct. If I'm reading this one, you need to provide that you have already work experience, which is equivalent to 800 hours. I hope this shed a light on this. But again, if you need more in specific questions about the degree, I'm more than happy to go back to the program leader and I ask about your situation. So for example, you can say that I'm from different backgrounds, which is not social work, and I've done this and this and this. Can I be accepted for this program? I can go back and ask, of course, in details about this.
Okay, thank you so much. The other question is, for Masters in Data Analytics, is there any placement option with this course?
That's a really, really good course, actually. Difficult for me to understand, of course, because they have a lot of data design, database design, and statistics, and business intelligence system, and of course data mining techniques. And again, in each program and each course that we have, is it Abu Sufyan? Yeah.
Yes.
In each program, we do encourage you and other applicants, of course, please do speak with the students, with the placement team. Sorry, they will be able to help you. When you say that I'm studying now the data analytics and I would like to know from your industrial links. So for example, we can tell you that we are working closely with Deloitte, with HP, with Rolls-Royce, and sometimes they ask for students who are actually currently doing the data analytics. And then you can say that I am interested to go and work with HP, for example. So can you help me? And they will look at your CV and your personal statement, and they will try to help you with the interview skills. So you can say that, oh, I am ready now, can I apply? And then you can approach them with the help of our colleagues. And then you can straight away start securing your placement after graduation. Just to mention, as of now, the Home Office regulation, you can extend your visa within the UK, so you don't have to travel back home just to get another visa.
Okay. The other question is from Famida. The international students who have completed their Master of Science from the Montfort University, are they able to get any PhD scholarship? If yes, how much it will be?
Famida, that's a very good question. Actually, we encourage students when they want to do a PhD. Of course, they need to apply through the doctoral college. And the way that you need to submit your proposal, and you need to approach after you've submitted everything, you will approach the supervisor. And you can discuss, of course, a few supervisors, sometimes they have grants, so they can sponsor you with this in terms of scholarship. Bear in mind, you're an alumni, so you've graduated from De Montfort, so obviously you can request an alumni scholarship, and this can be up to £4,000. But again, it depends, because the PhD, apart from the tuition fees, you have a bench fees as well. So it depends on your program, what exactly are you planning to do in terms of a PhD. But yeah, by all means, I do encourage you, apply through the doctoral college online. It's easy. Plus you have access, of course, because you're a DMU student. So you can use your login ID and everything, and you submit your proposal. make sure that you are fully aware about who's doing your point of research from the supervisor, and this will help you, of course, to communicate more and ask about any availability in terms of scholarship.
Can I ask you, Amar, does the Montfort University offer second master?
Yes, well, yes and no. Let's start with the yes. I'll be positive. So in terms of yes and no, as long as the modules, so for example, Anna, you mentioned that your background is business.
Yes.
Let's say that you want to do another business program masters, right? And I need to double check your modules. If they don't match 50% of the program that you're after at De Montfort, then we're happy to consider this case. So you've done, for example, at your university, international business and management, and now you're planning to do an MBA.
Yes.
So we will look at the courses and the modules that you've studied at your current university, and we'll match it to our MBA program, and we'll check if it's less than 50%. That's absolutely fine. If it's 50% and above, then we'll reject the application, because it's more or less you're not doing anything new for you as an international student. So you need to do something different to improve. It makes sense.
Yes, I understand. One criteria is that students need to choose different course that has done before.
It doesn't have to be different. So, for example, your background is business, but for example, if the modules you have studied in your current university is matching our MBA, so why would you do the MBA? Why don't you do something else? For example, like forensics accounting, which is more within the same field that you have done, but you have more modules which are new to you. However, if you go to MBA and, for example, out of 8 modules, you have studied 6 modules in your university, it doesn't make any sense.
Yes. The other question is, do you offer nursing program?
We do. For international students, we do. It's highly competitive, though. So to the best of my knowledge, when I had a catch up with my colleagues from Health and Life Sciences admissions, I think we're almost complete on the next intake in terms of availability. I think there are either 2 or 3 positions available, and that's it. We're fully booked for this intake for the adult nursing or the child nursing for September 2020. So yeah, we do encourage. As soon as you have all the documents, please get in touch with Anna. I'm sure she will be more than happy to help with the nursing programs.
Yes, University Admission Center is here to help every student who needs our admission. So don't hesitate to contact us through WhatsApp or phone number or email address. I have one question for you.
Sorry, can I add one more thing? Just need to make sure the IELTS, Anna, for nursing is high, because as I mentioned, we can't offer our English test for this. And this is regulations requested by the NHS. So you need to have a proper IELTS, which is 7 overall and nothing below 7 for each component, except writing. We need minimum 6.5. So the student needs to make sure that they met all of this before we consider the application for nursing.
The same student that has asked about the requirement for Master of Science in Nursing. So it's the IELTS is different, which is higher.
Sorry, so the student asked about?
The requirement nursing for Master, yes, the same students who asked, do you offer Master of Nursing? Also, she's asking for requirement.
Oh, Masters for Nursing.
Yes.
Oh, no. So we have something called International Nursing and Leadership. I'm not sure if this will, International Nursing and Leadership. I'm not sure if this will fall into the same category that they're looking after, but we need the IELTS to be 6.5 in each component.
Okay.
And it's mainly it's more of a leadership in practice, research methods for the healthcare professionals. It's nursing, of course. It's combined with healthcare and more of a leadership as well, programs and modules. So I'm not quite sure if this will answer the student's question about the master's degree.
If students has done placement, can they able to apply for another course with placement?
So a student completed the degree, then they've done a placement for how long?
1 year maybe. Look, I'm not sure, so she can ask.
Fair enough. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Is it Famida? Oh, yeah.
Famida.
So Famida, I'm not quite sure about. I need to check, of course, with the compliance team, because I don't know what's your residency status. So if you have completed the degree and you have applied for the PSW and you managed to secure 2 years, for example, of work visa, and you've managed to work for a year in a different company. So you still have another year. You can work in the same company or apply somewhere else, so you can apply for another job. Yes, as long as your visa is valid, I don't think anyone will mind.
Yes, okay. The other question, what are the admission requirements for Master in Data Analytics, as I recently completed my International Business Management from BCU University?
So this is BCU as in Birmingham City?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So the thing is, international business man. I don't know the modules there. I'm sorry, what's the name? Abu Sufyan again. I don't know the modules that you have studied, so I'll need to look into this. But as long as you have from BCU a minimum 2.2, then yeah, we're happy to consider your application and take it forward. Just to double check that you have well match the things that they need to know, because I'm sure that of course you've taken some sort of programming program modules in analysis in data analytics, and I'm sure that you had data mining techniques in your program. But again, because I'm not familiar with the program in Birmingham City, I can't confirm this.
Okay.
So if you can send to Anna, of course, all your details, I'll be more than happy to discuss it with the academic team for you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your answers and for all your informations. If you have anything else to discuss or to tell before I finish, you can do it.
Thank you very much, Anna. I really want to say thank you very much for the lovely opportunity. It was really nice speaking with you and Mohammed as well. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully in the near future we can do this again with more students. And again, just for our students who are watching us live now, if you have any questions or concerns, please do get in touch with Anna from University Admission Center. I'm sure her details are shown now on the screen. Yes. And you will be able to communicate with us, and we'll be happy to help you.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you, Mohammed, and for your time for today.
Thank you.
Also,
thank you. It's my pleasure.
I wanted to say, don't hesitate to start your applications in order to start in September. We are here to help every student. You have on screen also our phone number. Thank you again, and I hope we'll see another virtual meeting. Hopefully. Take care, stay safe. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay safe. Thank you.